Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Motivational Stories. Today's story is very heart touching, okay, which teaches you to be kind and helpful to every form of life. Okay, here it goes. It was in the bleak midwinter, and the Wayfarer couple trudged through the frigid night, seeking shelter. The father-to-be scanned the roadside for some home, some inn, some stable where his struggling companion might rest safely for the night. He looked over at her frequently. She labored along without complaint, her way made heavier by the new life growing inside her. They needed a warm, dry place safe from the bitter winter. Their names were not Mary and Joseph, but Pepper and Cooper. Nor were they man and wife, but rather a pair of beagles. And the place was not Bethlehem, but Bethel, Ohio, on a rural highway outside of town. But like the biblical couple, they were to be blessed by an act of compassion this night, just 8 days before Christmas. Gus, a country wildlife officer, was driving home from work when he spotted the pair in a flash of headlights. It was snowing so hard that it was difficult to see, but he could tell the dogs were wearing collars and tags. What were they doing out on this stretch of wooded area when it was too cold for dogs to go outside? Gus parked his truck and approached the animals. He squatted and stretched out his hands to the beagles, which made no effort to escape. He read their tags by their truck's headlight. The female was named Pepper and the male was Cooper. He pulled out his phone to call the number listed, but it was snowing so hard that his screen blurred. Let me put them in my truck and I'll call from there, he thought. He placed the dogs in his truck on the floorboards on the passenger side. By the time he came around to the driver's side, they had already climbed onto the passenger seat and were snuggled together. Gus tried his phone, snapped a picture of a pair, and sent it to his wife, Katie. He then dialed the number from the dog's tag. A man answered and immediately grew defensive when Gus told him why he was calling. He said, I gave those dogs away. They are not mine anymore. Well, who did you give it to? Gus asked. I don't know the people's names. Well, do you want them back? No, I can't take care of them. The man hung up. The beagles were abandoned. No home at all in this world. Beagles are a small dog breed, so Gus looked over them, their large hound eyes pleading. Gus called the county dog warden's office, but it was after hours, so he just left a message. He then called his wife, who said, You cannot put them back out in the snowstorm. Bring them home. The kibbles prepared a bed for the dogs in a crate in their warm and closed porch and set out for some food and water. The exhausted animals laid together, Cooper periodically lifting his head to fuss over Pepper. As a boy, Gus had dreamed of owning beagles, but keeping this pair was out of question. The Keebles already had a family dog, but he knew someone at a no-kill shelter, the League for Animal Welfare, in a nearby area. The next day he called and his wife took the dogs to the shelter to drop them off, only on one condition. I am not signing on the dogs over to you if you are going to separate them, she said. The shelter workers promised they'll keep the couple together. In the days following, Katie phoned the shelter repeatedly to check upon Pepper and Cooper. Soon after Christmas, the beagles were adopted as a pair to a loving family. It's a simple story, but it teaches us kindness, saving two lives. It's a great, great, great karma. So, whenever you get a chance, please don't miss it. Help any kind of animals in need. Need not necessarily be dogs, but even if you see any animal or any human being, bird, or anything, please be kind and don't ever miss an opportunity to help. It's a good karma. It definitely comes back and it'll help you in future. Hope you liked the story, okay, and enjoyed it. Leave comments if you have any or any suggestions. Okay, take care. Bye.